It has happened over and over and over across Western Washington. Students hit by cars in crosswalks outside their schools. Tonight, a KIRO 7 investigation asks, are our kids being disregarded by drivers and the school districts that are supposed to keep them safe?
Now, in a nationwide investigation, KIRO 7 teamed up with our sister stations across the country and the Associated Press to track crossing guards hit or killed while on the job.
But KIRO 7's Brooke Griffin uncovered an even more alarming story, unique to our area.
Our team tracked more than 225 crossing guards injured or killed in the past decade, but only one of those was here in Washington. When we dug into why that is, we found many schools don't have crossing guards at all, and our students are the ones feeling the impact. It can happen in the blink of an eye.
So you were standing in the middle of the road, correct, like you always do?
A crossing guard or student killed or injured in a school crosswalk.
She came flying up and she flew and hit her head on there.
Our KIRO 7 investigation with the Associated Press and our sister stations found no one tracks crashes involving school crossing guards nationwide. We used media and social media reports to track more than 225 incidents in the last decade.
Are you the only one that was hit? Yes.
One happened in Lake Stevens last fall.
I took a look at my dog and then it was it. I just turned back and she was hitting the car. I was like, oh my God.
It's a small role laced with large dangers.
They're actually stepping in front of moving traffic to protect your kids, which sounds kind of insane when you put it into that context, right? You think of a parent jumping in front of traffic, but not necessarily a stranger.
Michael Flanagan is with the Massachusetts Department of Labor, one of only 2 states that tracks all crossing guard crashes and requires law enforcement to report them. Washington does not specifically track when crossing guards are hit. They're included among all other pedestrian crash reports.
Wait.
KIRO 7 identified 230 pedestrian crashes in Washington school zones in the last 10 years. We found many of those who were hit were students.
Threw her about 9 feet out, then had a seizure after she hit the ground.
Calissa Robinson was hit in 2016 in Thurston County.
I stopped as the car sped exactly right across from me. So if I would have just leaned in closer, took a step closer, my life would have been gone.
In 2014, a school bus seriously injured a 15-year-old girl in a crosswalk in Federal Way. And in 2016, a driver was arrested for hitting a 16-year-old outside Kent Meridian High School. KIRO 7 reached out to dozens of school districts to ask why so many kids were being hit in school zones and found a lot of schools don't use crossing guards at all.
Does every school have at least one crossing guard assigned to them?
No. So we really just look for those high volume, high traffic areas.
A 2024 report from the Seattle Public Schools Traffic Safety Committee found 55% of guard positions were vacant, leading to a significant safety issue for students. KIRO 7 found half of all positions are still vacant more than a year later. She says they're actively working to fill those spots, but with that many vacancies, it takes time.
Not a lot of movement or improvement there in the 2-year time period.
They're a little more difficult to fill because it's an isolated chunk in the morning and then at the end of the day. So it takes, it's not something that immediately is going to be that easy to fill.
Dr. Marty Asplund Campbell says the district uses community help flashing crosswalk signs and tries to reroute traffic away from schools. This means drivers must also bear some of that responsibility. Jessica Orth saw a student hit by a car in her Puyallup neighborhood earlier this month.
The 20-mile-per-hour zone is in effect between, 3:30 to, 4:30, basically. You've got kids, traffic. Slow down. No life is worth it. Just slow down.
KIRO 7 obtained a sampling of the crash reports for those pedestrians who were hit in our area. And in many of the cases, we found that the drivers weren't given any penalty at all. Only a few were ticketed or even arrested. Reporting in Seattle, I'm Brooke Griffin.